I really regret doing this to my Microlocs, and nobody told me, so I'm gonna tell you. Hello, beautiful dreamer, and welcome back to Life of a Dreamer. My name is Darian Wright. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So I'm seeing something a lot in the lock community, and I want to get into it. I got a quick PSA, and I think it'll help a lot of people. So let's get into it. Hello, beautiful dreamer. I am so excited to tell you about a few things that I have been working on. One, because I really want to help you with your Microloc journey in any way that I can, and I know that we all learn differently, so videos might not just be it for you. I have been working on a digital Microloc guide. Whether you are planning on installing your own Microlocs, you already have Microlocs and you want to learn about maintaining them, maybe you want to start doing your reties on your own, or maybe you just need a little bit more information on how to keep your Microlocs healthy for the future. That guide is almost complete. And of course, I will be letting you know all the details on where to find it. Everything will be linked down below where you can check it out. Comment down below if that is something you are interested in, and I will have more details for you very soon. Let's get into this video. So I have this video where I talk about the bubble that formed in my locks based on the way I installed my locks. And I have this video, which is like a shorter version of that for like TikTok and Instagram and also YouTube Shorts. Both videos have done very, very well. People find it very informative, but I'm still seeing people do the thing that caused that bubble like to this day during their installs. If you haven't seen either of those videos, of course, they'll be linked above and down below so you can check them out. They go more into detail, and this is gonna be just a quick little video about why that happened, how that happened, and what could happen down the line. So for those of y'all that don't know, I installed my DIY Microlocs over 2.5 years now. It's like 2 years and 8 months. But some of y'all also may not know, when I installed my DIY Microlocs, I had to fix my grid twice, and I had to go in and fix individual locks as well. The first time I had to fix my grid, the parting was all wrong. I don't know what happened in the process, but some rows were uneven. I had to go in and fix that. And then the second time around, I had to fix my grid because some of the parting of the locks that I went in and fixed, I still didn't like them. And I didn't think it would be healthy, like in the long run of my lock growth. I didn't want some of my locks to be bigger, some of them to be smaller. I wanted like a consistent sizing, especially where they were located on my head. So in fixing my grid, one of the major problems I had with the individual Microlocs is how I installed them. In my install video, part 1 and 2, I talked about how I went in, parted each section. I braided the root probably 3 or 4 passes, just like maybe like 1 inch wide, and then I twisted all the way down for the rest of the lock. And that is all I did to start my locks. Well, as those locks grew out, I started maintaining them with the 4-point rotation to start the locking process. Well, the 4-point rotation at my root with the little section of braid, and then at the bottom that twist, that little section of braid turned into this weird bubble that kind of formed because during washing days the hair would expand and then contract. So it was just this weird little bubble. But I also noticed that that bubble was not very strong. So even though the hair was kind of poofed up, it was very thin in comparison to the interlocked root and the twisted bottom. So it was just like a weird section of the lock that was forming that in the long run would not be good for my lock health. Eventually that little thin part would wear down, and that would be like an easy breaking point for my locks to start snapping off, which is why I had to fix it. I think this is really important to know if you're thinking about installing your own DIY Microlocs, or even if you're going to a loctician, ask them how they're going to do their install method, because I see so many people doing this, which is why I did it for my initial install, because I thought it would be fine. I knew the twist probably wouldn't last with my hair texture and my hair pattern, so I put that braid in at the root to secure the root. When going in to fix my install, I actually had to comb out a lot of locks, and what I ended up doing to secure the root was I twisted my hair all the way down from the root, and then I went in and interlocked. I did the 4-point rotation twice to make sure that those roots were locked in. They weren't gonna move, they weren't gonna unravel. So that is what I did to my hair and what works for me. What I would suggest for anybody who's gonna be doing their own install or even going to a loctician is just know your hair pattern and your hair type, because that's really gonna determine the best method for you to install your Microlocs. Some looser patterns do well with braids, some kinkier patterns do well with braids. Looser patterns also do well with twists, but the twist can also come undone because the pattern is looser. It really just depends. That's why test locks are very important. Usually a loctician will do a few different methods, different sizes, all that kind of stuff to determine how your hair is going to lock the best, how it's not going to unravel, how it's not going to bunch up too much. So it's really important to know your hair type, because that will really determine the method that you need to use, because you may have one method in mind and it may not be the best for your hair type. And if you're going to be doing your own DIY microlocs, you can do test locks on yourself as well. Just do them somewhere where people can't see, but you can see the process and you'll know how your hair is turning out before you commit to a full head of locks. Don't be like me. Please don't. It took me, I don't even remember. At this point, I kind of blocked it out of my memory, but it took me, I want to say like 2 months, 3 months. I don't even know. Y'all got to watch the previous videos where I talk about having to fix my grid because it was a lot. And honestly, it was very traumatizing. So I hope this helped y'all out in some way. I saw a video of someone installing their DIY Microlocs recently, and I saw them do it the way that I did it, and I was like, no, please don't do it. You're gonna spend so much time fixing that bubble or having to comb out locks, and just avoid it. Just avoid it. Make your life easy. Times are hard as it is. Don't make your life any more stressful. And let me know if you've seen this before, if you've seen it in your locks or other people's locks. Comment down below, share this with somebody who it may help, tag them, do all the stuff. But thank you so much for tuning into this video today. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and hit that bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Follow me on my other social media, and y'all stay tuned for that guide. I am so excited about my Microloc guide. I've been working so hard on it. I'm so excited about my Microloc guide. Microloc guide. That's Southern. I've been working really hard on it. I'm putting so much time and so much of me into it because I really want to be able to help y'all. So stay tuned for that. Comment down below if that is something that you're interested in. I'm trying to get as much feedback as I can. Thank y'all so much, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.